morning. Good morning. It is 2:35 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. Wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be amazing if everything that you ever wanted, you started to get it, you started to see it? I think the problem with most people is they wanted something, and because it didn't happen when they wanted it to, and then other things started kind of compounding and, I'm going to just say it, beating down on them. Life has a way of throwing a curveball at you. But just imagine that you had overcome and you still kept the faith and you still stayed focused and you got everything that you wanted and you were able to maintain it, keep it. There's that old saying, it's better to love and lost than to never loved at all. And I think that only applies in death. Because there's no higher ultimate sacrifice than death. There's nothing else that you can give up bigger than death. But in life, I think that's the saddest thing, is to say I'd much rather have loved and lost than never have loved at all. Well, that's not true if the person is still alive. Because to have had it, then lost it, would imply that you had something and lost something that was within your grips, within your ability to keep. And I think so often we have a vision, we have a goal, we know what we want to do, we know where we want to be, and yet we let go. And kind of what sparked this whole conversation was me standing in the mirror this morning. I had my shirt off, I'm getting ready to get in the shower, and I was looking at the side, and I was looking at the front, and I was looking at myself, and I was seeing clear change. Now, I don't recall exactly when I started working out. I can tell you I was working out at the LA Fitness, which I think was open up at 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was the first one in there a couple years ago. See, we're 3/4 of the way through 2019, and I've went every single day this year. I know for a fact I went every single day last year. I know for a fact I went every single day the year before that. So let's say that this journey is 3 years in the making, but I'm going to say it's actually 4. For the first 2.5, 3 years, I see nothing. I see no progress. I see no change. I see nothing different. And it's real easy to quit when you don't see anything happen. But I was smart enough, and I was around the right people that said double down on your efforts. And I knew that if I wanted to see a real change in my body, because ultimately you're working out because you want to see a change in your body. It's cute. It's a cute idea to say that I want to change because of how I think, or I want to change because I want to be healthy. Yeah, that's internal. But if you can't stay motivated when you're seeing a little bit of change on the external, you're not going to stay very motivated if you're not seeing any change on the external. So let's not fool anybody. And when I wasn't seeing any change externally, then I knew it was time to double down on my efforts. I didn't want to go to the gym every day and then come out and look the same way. I wanted to go to the gym every day, and I wanted to come out and I wanted to start feeling better, looking better. And it took a long time. It took a real long time. And I had to give up a lot of creature comforts. I had to give up a lot of foods. I had to, for a while there, we were doing 3-a-days. We were running stairs, running a mountain, anything that we could do to get paid physically. We did it. So what does it mean when you're not seeing the results that you want? Well, I think for the majority of the population, it means go ahead. It's okay to go ahead and quit. But I think what it really means when you're not seeing the results that you want, I think it means double down on your efforts. In real estate, we talk about if you want your business to go higher, then you need to spend more time reaching out to the people that you know. Well, if you reach 3 people and you didn't get the results that you want, double down on your efforts and reach 6, 9, 12. See, we give up before we start giving in and doing more. We do. We give up. We give up. We figure that if we give the same effort, that the results we should get should be multiplied. So let me get this straight. I have $1 in my pocket, but I want $2 back in change. We give out the same effort, but yet we want more in exchange. In our mind, the rate of return for the same effort should be double. When in reality, the rate of return should be equal or greater to your effort. And had I quit, because the first 3 months, every video I've done, this is the next day. This isn't PM. This isn't PM. This is AM. Every one of these videos is AM. And if I've done over 900 videos, understand something. I'm up before the sun rises. If I've done 900 plus videos, understand something. I was getting up when I still was not seeing results. But had I gave up then, after 3 months of getting up and nobody driving around, me by myself, I would have never been able to stand in the mirror and look at my body now and say, I could park this car right now and get out and jump out and run 5 miles. What I'm saying is, the results that you want, they usually don't come right when you want it. And a lot of that was tied into my strength with God. And knowing the Bible, really knowing the Bible, knowing the Word, helped me a lot, because I knew what people in biblical times had went through. And I was able to relate myself to them. Joshua, Joseph, Paul. we had all suffered and endured under similar conditions. And because we were good servants and we stayed the course, we also endured. I think the passage says, weeping endures for the moment, but joy comes in the morning. Don't forsake your days of small beginnings. A wise man leaves his children's children an inheritance. Everything that I know is tied directly into the fact that you got to keep going. You got to press forward. And right at the point of quitting is when you need to keep going. I think it's funny. I've been going to the same gym. I don't know. I've been going to this gym over a year. And I think it's hilarious. I'm not as competitive as I used to be. I used to go in here and get on the stair climber or the treadmill and challenge somebody without them knowing. You know, you get on with me. I'm going to stay on till you get off, and then the next person get on. I'll stay on till you get off too. I'll stay until you all get off. I don't care. But I look around and I look to see, you know, the familiar faces. You know, because if you've lasted a year straight and I'm there every day and I see you there every day, then I know you're on a journey. I know you got a mission. And when I see people pushing themselves, I can't help but feel encouraged to know that there's more people just like me. David Goggins, just like me. The saints in the Bible, just like me. But then there's people I see who don't come into the gym anymore at all. Then there's people that I see that will stop for a long time. I don't know what they did. I don't know where they're at. And then you'll see them come back. So when you're consistent, you get to see a lot more that gives you strength to keep going. When you position yourself, it gives you strength to keep going. When you associate, it gives you strength to keep going. Everything that you do, if it's done consistently, should give you the strength that you need to know that whatever it is that you want is right on the other side of that breaking point of quitting. It really is. Some people I see come back into the gym. Some people I still haven't seen. Some people I see sporadically. And you can tell. You can see them. You can see what's going on with them. You can tell by their, maybe they have some weight change. And, but you can see, you can tell, you can, it's, You can see that they're trying. You can see that they're struggling. You can see that they're fighting. You can see that they're having to push themselves through the process. But I admire that. I admire the fact that they're pushing themselves through the process. I admire that they're giving it all they got. You got to give it all you got. And I've already come to the conclusion, I've already created a made-up mind. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to keep thinking about bigger and better. I've already committed to the fact that I'm not selling any more property that I will own. And guess what? I believe that it will work. You just have to have some consistency. And you're going to have to do it alone. But what I realized and what I kept as strength is, one, God is always with me. Two, there's somebody in the other part of the world who is just as determined, just as hungry as me. And we're feeding off each other, even though we've never even met. See, there's soul ties in the world that want exactly what you want and that are on the exact same frequency that you're on. That you know. See, even when I go into this gym right now, I feel like the people who show up every day, they expect to see me. They expect to see me. Somebody in that gym is using me as their motivation. Somebody watching this video is using me as their motivation. I'm soul tied to somebody who wants exactly what I want. And even though we have not met, we are motivating one another. You're not alone.